Alright, tapping out. 15 mana. Final Fantasy 15 Magic the Gathering character color combination predictions here. This is the 15th game in the series. If you don't know what I'm doing here, my name is Dean Dane. I am going through each of the mainline Final Fantasy games, going through the main characters, and basically establishing what color combinations in Magic the Gathering I think the characters in the Final Fantasy games will be in the June release of the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set. Without further ado, let's go ahead and crack in. Final Fantasy XV came out in 2016. It is the first action role-playing game in the Final Fantasy series. Pretty interesting to know. So there's a change from the way that the game plays, right? If you played Final Fantasy 13, or I guess 14.2 changed it as well, but if you played 13 and then went into 15, it would be drastically different in some ways. The game had some awesome guest characters in it, but we're only focusing on the main cast, unfortunately. So we're not going to be talking about any of the cool guest characters that you get throughout the game. It does have some problems, but I really enjoyed it at the time. I remember actually feeling emotive at the end of it. Also, Lunafreya got absolutely robbed, so that sucks. If you know, you know. Each of these characters has a leisure skill, which we'll go into a little bit. We've already seen one announced, which is Noctis's fishing leisure skill. So those are going to have cards as well, at least Noctis as well. Presumably the others will as well. So let's meet our characters. Here is our boy band, looking just absolutely ready to release the hottest album of 2016. In the middle here, we've got Noctis Lucius Calum. He's the crown prince and main character of the game. The main game, you control him the most of the time, and you kind of run around with him and his entourage, if you will. He can use all weapons because he's the main character. He has the Combat Ascension Sphere system that focuses solely on him. You can put points into a sphere grid-ish, kind of similar to Final Fantasy X in that way. And he can warp and teleport to different targets using his weapons. He kind of throws them and then teleports to them. His leisure skill is fishing, which we've already seen announced. And I think he's going to either be black or white, or black, white, and blue. Probably black, white, and blue. And we'll have a blink strategy due to his warp ability. I think that would be really, really interesting. Maybe a flip card with his time skip form. There's a time skip in the game. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. To his right, we've got Ignis Scientia, who is the hand of the king, the right-hand man. Close friend of Noctis, childhood friend. He's the advisor, the driver, and the chef of the group. He wields daggers and polearms in battle and uses elemental attacks kind of primarily along with those. He can give Noctis elemental attacks. All of these characters kind of just seek to enhance Noctis's gameplay, which I find interesting. Ignis's leisure skill is cooking, despite also being a driver. I think he's going to be blue-green due to his cooking skill. I think that green is probably going to be the color for cooking. And I think he's going to have green in his color identity. Green-white, green-blue, green-black, something like that. To his left, we've got Gladiolus Amacitia. He's the shield of the king. He's kind of the blunt one of the group. He doesn't take any crap. He's fiercely loyal to Noctis. He uses great swords and shields. He uses techniques and items in combat and typically will do his own thing, whereas Ignis typically sticks close to Noctis during the combat. Gladiolus will kind of run around and do his own thing. He's programmed to do so. His skill is in survival, brought to you by Coleman. And not a sponsor of this channel, but a sponsor of Final Fantasy, apparently. And he seems like a black-red character to me. I think Leisure Skill Survival is going to be a red card. And I think it's going to have a reference to Coleman if they can afford to get that. Last but not least, we've got Prompto Argentum, who's the kind of light one of the group, the golden retriever, the fluffy-haired gamer boy, if you will. He's good with machines, he's playful, he's upbeat, he's kind of the ray of sunshine that this group desperately needs. He uses firearms and machinery in battle, making him a ranged character, one of the few in the main party. Ignis throws knives, but it's a little bit different. His skill is photography, and I'm thinking white-blue. I think photography will be a blue color, and will be a blue skill that you can kind of play in Magic the Gathering. This guy over here is at the beginning of the game, but he's a guest character, so we're not talking about him. And that is what we've got. It's short but sweet. There are only 4 characters in the main party. Final Fantasy 15, those are kind of my predictions. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know down below what you think about this, and if you enjoyed the game, or what you think they might do with the Magic the Gathering cards. And if you disagree, or whatever, let me know in the comments as well. I'd love to have a conversation. If you liked what you saw here, please give us a follow. We will be uploading one of these a day. We have one more mainline game left in Final Fantasy 16, which will be tomorrow's. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Until next time.